Hey guys, it's Latrina, and on this Motivational Monday, I thought it would be a really good time to share the inspiration behind the videos that I've been doing, like the recipe videos and promoting a plant-based diet. The reason why I do that, it is primarily because I want to help people transform their life, especially from a health perspective. And I know that following a plant-based diet or even incorporating more plant-based foods into your diet, that is a big help. So I personally believe in what Hippocrates said, that let thy food be thy medicine be thy food. I believe in medicine. Please believe that. Hippocrates was the founder of Western medicine, a doctor. He believed in medicine, but he also believed that food is medicine. And so for me, in my personal life, whenever something goes wrong with me, I don't go to the medicine cabinet first. The first thing I do is figure out what's a natural way that I can attack this problem. So if I'm having problems with indigestion, I'm gonna grab the peppermint tea. You know, if I'm having a sore throat, I'm gonna grab the raw honey. That's my first instinct. Now, if it's something that is, more serious, then I'm gonna go to the doctor. If I'm having back pains that aren't going away, then I'm gonna grab some Motrin. So it's not that I don't believe in medicine, it's just that I do believe that food is medicine. And so where things are right now in society, where people are losing their jobs and so also losing their health insurance. We're having problems right now where Medicaid is being cut, and over the next year, many people, like millions of people, will lose their health insurance. So you want to be in a position that you are addressing your health issues through ways that you can control. You may not be able to control whether or not you have health insurance in 12 months, but you can control what you put in your body right now to change your health outcomes. And I definitely know that this is real because, as many of you know, I've been overall been a vegan mostly the past decade or so, but there was a time, moments when I went back and forth, and what really pushed me back into full-blown plant-based diet was after I started incorporating eggs and some fish, not all fish, but it was a season that I did go back to those things, just trying out things for health goals and things like that, as far as like exercise goals, strength training and things of that nature. But what ran me back, honestly, guys, to a full plant-based diet was I started having issues with my blood work that I have never had. So I've obviously, because I didn't eat meat or anything, I never had cholesterol issues. My blood work have always been absolutely perfect. So even times when I'm fluctuating with my weight, all those things, my blood work has always been perfect. And I've always been proud of that. And one of the things that started happening was my blood work level started creeping up, and I got to the border of being pre-diabetic. So I wasn't pre-diabetic, and I definitely wasn't diabetic, but the numbers were knocking on the door of being pre-diabetic. That freaked me out. It really freaked me out. So I was like, okay, let me stop this. The other thing that motivated me to get back into advocating for people to just incorporate more plant-based foods into their diet was the way my doctor handled it. Like, I was very upset when I got my blood work, but what I also got in the mail with my blood work, well, I got a bottle of metformin. And many of you know metformin is something that is a drug that primarily treats diabetes. Like, a lot of people were on it for a season. It was all over the place. That was the thing that doctors go to, metformin. And I was livid when I got that in the mail because, number one, I'm not diabetic. Number two, this is your answer. And so when I went to the doctor, and I basically confronted my doctor, I was like, how dare you send me, I literally said this, it's like, how dare you send me a bottle of metformin in the mail when you were concerned about my blood work? And his reaction was, well, because it's preventative. It's going to prevent you from getting diabetes. I was like, well, metformin treats diabetes. And I was like, why didn't you talk to me first about my lifestyle? Why was the very first thing you did was to send me a bottle of pills? And he was really taken aback because I was confrontive, but I think he was taken aback also because his thing was, and he's basically kind of said this, and his face said it too, was that that's not what most people want. It's like that doesn't really impact most people. So he was shocked that my thing was, don't give me meds. We can talk about my lifestyle. You can give me a recommendation for a nutritionist or something, but we're not going to talk about you putting me on metformin. I don't even have diabetes. So that really ticked me off because I don't believe it. I don't believe that's the way you handle stuff. I believe that, in a full mind, body, spirit approach to health and wellness. That's why I became a health coach with an emphasis on mind, body, and spirit. So that really upset me. And I know that that's the reality for a lot of people. And I know that a lot of people feel that way feel the way that the doctor responded to me is like, give me a pill. Because at the end of the day, many people are just not willing to put in the work. Like they want it to be a quick fix. We didn't get into the trouble with our health overnight, and we're not going to get out of it overnight with the pill. And so and this is why people will, knowing that they have a reaction to certain things, but they'll rather just take the pill. Like I'd rather take the Benadryl and eat my shrimp because I know I'm allergic to shrimp. Or all those things, or just give me some medicine to deal with this because I don't want to make the lifestyle changes to improve my health. And I get it. It's hard. I get that. But there are so many things that we can do. And for me personally, it's very empowering to be able to take control of my life in a way that I dictate what it is that I do. And to be able to see the numbers change, or feeling better in my skin or feeling better in my clothes, that is what works for me. And so I've always been someone who is let each one teach one. I subscribe to that. I believe that when I know something, I'm not keeping it to myself. I'm going to share it with other people. So I'm going to put that information out there so that whoever wants it can receive it. And the other thing is, I really believe in making things practical. So even though I am not a chef, I am not Martha Stewart, and the things that I share, I do it because I really want to share things with people that are simple and practical. So I may not make a bunch of fancy videos or cooking videos, and I probably won't do that all the time because that's not my wheelhouse so much. I just like teaching. So if I'm going to teach you through how to make tofu in a different way, then that makes me happy and excited. But, I'm not going to have like a full course meal that, that takes hours to prepare, because I don't live my life like that because I'm too busy. And I know most people just want simple, practical strategies. So when I'm offering recipes or cooking demonstrations, it's because I really want to show you simple ways to incorporate healthier habits into your lifestyle. I have to keep it simple for myself, and I feel like I'm busy and other people are busy, and I just want to help other people be able to keep it simple. So I'm going to share simple recipes that I think that might be helpful, exercise tips and things like that I think are helpful. I always say, if you can't do anything, you can get outside and walk. And I also believe in just incremental changes, because people feel too overwhelmed when you're trying to get them to change everything all at once. What happens when we do that is that we give up because it's too much. So I'm not going to say if you're doing nothing, go out and walk for an hour. What I will say is if you're doing nothing, how about taking 15 minutes to walk around the block? Or how about just walking to the mailbox, something so that you can have something to build off and you celebrate the small wins. So that's really the why behind what I'm doing. So it's not always, and I don't always emphasize that. And I wanted to take a step back to emphasize that and to be deliberate and intentional about that as I make videos, so that you understand what it is I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to show that I know it all, because I don't. But what I'm trying to do is to show simple ways. And as I'm showing those ways, informing you of the health benefits. So if I'm using turmeric, it's an anti-inflammatory. If you've got arthritis, or you're having a lot of headaches, or you're having a lot of joint pain, anti-inflammatories really help. That's why they prescribed Motrin. Motrin is an anti-inflammatory. Well, if you can get the anti-inflammatory properties out of your food, that's a lot better than putting a lot of medicine into your body if you don't have to. So as I'm teaching, I'm trying to educate about the health benefits. So that's really what this whole thing is all about for me, is helping people to transform their lives and to become the healthiest versions of yourself it's my goal. I'm constantly trying to evolve as a person. I believe in a health, mind, body, spirit approach. And those are the types of things that I want to share with you guys and for all who want to receive it. So I may not be your messenger, but I do believe that there are people who want to hear the things that I have to share. And those are the people that I'm talking to. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate people watching the videos, but I just wanted to take a step back to encourage you to do all that you can to transform your life to a healthier version of yourself. If you right now have diabetes or high blood pressure or cholesterol, or you have arthritis, or just chronic inflammation in your body, there are things that I'm going to be able to share with you to help you. And I also think that it just knowing that there is hope, that you don't have to live a life that you are forever a diabetic. You can prevent it, you can reverse it. It's harder once you do have diabetes to reverse it, but it has been done. It is done by people through their diet all the time. There are tons of testimonies about that in books and in science and in research. So just know that you don't have to feel like it's hopeless. You don't have to feel helpless regardless of the state of your health right now. Just know that you can do better, you can get better, and over time, you will begin to feel better if you find something that connects with you, that you connect with, and that you can sustain over time. Consistency is the key, and if you can do just a little bit consistently over time, you'll see big changes in your life. So I hope that you find encouragement in that today, and if you have any specific questions, let me know, share it in the comments. If there's anything that you're interested in knowing more about, please let me know. I'll do all I can to answer it for you or do some research to get the best and correct information for you. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.